Okay, hello everyone, you're very welcome. Thanks for dropping by again. Okay, so I've wanted to get back at this cooker stove for about a week now, and I just haven't had time to do it. I've been really busy in work. Okay, so what I need to do today is I need to fill in these cheek pieces, okay? MIG welder would be fantastic for finishing this off, but I don't have one. So I've got to do it what I have. So I'm going to make do it with a stick welder, and I will do my best with it. Okay, so the deal is this needs to be sealed. I'm going to fill this in both sides, okay? I'm going to leave the bottom plate that I can actually take it out. The reason for that is I want to alter the way the flue gases happen underneath this, and maybe I'll change a couple of things about it as well over time. This is a test bed, if you like, prototype. Okay, so this will work, just I don't know how well. At the moment I'm very interested to find out. Okay, the plan now is I want to be able to remove the cooker plate when this is finished. Okay, so I've cut a couple of pieces of metal. Now this is galvanized, so I'm going to have to grind off the galvanizing, take that off. So I can weld it. Okay, so, and it's a little bit short up the top here, but again, this is all about making do, so that's what I'm at. Okay, so I'm just going to draw the shape of the barrel, and I'm going to grind that off. Okay. Alright, so that's the, from your side, that's the LHS. Left hand side. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the right hand side. Okay, so, and okay, let's have a look, make sure I got all of that. I did. I've got it marked. I was going to grind these, but what I'll do now is, because the jigsaw was so successful cutting a different project earlier on today, I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to arc these out. Going to clean off the galvanizing on this, take it clean off, you know, around the area to cut. The rest of it doesn't matter a whole lot. Now I know there's a bit of a gap at the top. I'll address that, you know, when I have this welded. I'll just cut a piece for that and fill it in. So okay, I'm trying to make this out of the bits and pieces I have knocking around, so that this stove or this cooker, you know, costs very little. At the moment, I got the barrel, you know, for little or nothing. The propane bottle, same story. I prefer welding because of the setup I have. You know, I've only got a stick welder. It's a TIG welder, but I have no gas. So I would prefer if this was a propane bottle, but these things are ubiquitous. They're all over the place. You can get them anywhere, these oil drums. So I thought, look, I'll do an oil drum project. It certainly will heat the house, or heat the shed rather. I've got plenty of surface area. I can generate plenty of heat. On this unit there will be 2, 3, 4 different types of burner units. I'm going to start off with my last one, my own design. It'll work really well, and then I want to go to powered, you know, fan assisted and all that sort of stuff. So we'll be getting into that as well, and we'll see how well this one works. If it doesn't work great, we'll just move on, make a different type. So that's it. I'm going to cut these now, and then I'll weld them in and show you the progress then. Okay, so the plan now is to jigsaw this out. I could use the angle grinder, but jigsaw has been successful so far, so we'll see. Right, here we go. Now this is 3mm galvanized steel. I'm using a very fine tooth jigsaw blade. It's done a bit of cutting so far. I'm amazed it's still lasting. But here we go. Okay, so the steel oil drum is 1.5mm. And this stuff I thought was 3mm, but it's not. Apparently it's about 2.5, 2.6mm, including galvanizing. My jigsaw blade is very fine toothed, and it's holding out. It's on 3 sides. Just for the fun of it, I'll see if I can get 4 sides out of it. And then I think I'll have to retire the blade. Okay. Now, okay, so this is what I'm left with. Okay, looks pretty good to me. There's the left hand side, and now the right hand side. Yeah, you know what, that's lovely. Okay. Right, so I'm going to grind off the paint. I'm going to grind off the galvanizing off this, and see if I can stick the two together. Okay, so I have a change of plan. Okay, maybe you can see that circle there. Now the plan is I'm going to put a pipe from one side of the upright to the other, and I'll show you that in a second. But first I need to cut out 2 circles. So I'm going to cut this one first, and then I'll draw around it and mirror it on the other one. Here we go. So I'm actually making this out of stuff I have here, you know, stuff I have laying around or stuff that I can get my hands on for half nothing or nothing. So anyway, look, I'm going to join this side to that side, okay? And the suction, the flue is going to be in the middle. So it should even up the heat distribution from this side to this side because it's being sucked in both sides and then up the flue. Now look, that's the plan. I expect it to work, why wouldn't it? So the thing is, I don't have one solid piece of pipe to go between both sides. So if this stuff takes a weld, that'd be fantastic. Okay, I'll weld the two together. I put a hole in the middle, and that's for my flue. Now, I don't know if I'm going vertical off this, or if I'm going to come out to the side and then up. I won't know that until I kind of have this made up. I'm going to pull out the old minion stove. It's still in service. I actually don't need it tonight, although it's miserable out. It's raining all day, but it's warm. You know, it's probably 15 degrees. Something like that, so I'm not cold in the shed today. But if I get both of these sides welded this evening, get this in position and welded, essentially I have a stove then. So the bottom bits need, need hinges and so on the door. The propane tank part of it, that's the actual burner unit. But you know, we're getting close to this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grind off the galvanizing and prepare this for welding. But so I've got two sides on this, and the flue is going to go between them. And then to get the flue to travel, I have to cut a hole in this and travel up with it. Now this is not terribly hard to do. The stuff, I literally am finding the stuff around the place. It's cost nothing to do. A couple of bits of sheet steel, blah blah blah. So if you cut a lid in half, you get your two half circles here. No problem out of the lid. But I'm having trouble welding this stuff to itself. So if I weld at the heavier metal, I can kind of lean on the heavier metal and then just move it over. Anyway, you could even bolt this together if you got a little bit inventive. If you put a plate, angle iron or something little all the way around it and use some fiberglass rope, you could actually bolt this thing together. You don't even need to weld. But as I can weld, and it's quicker for me to do it this way, I'll do it this way. But you know, if this works out, you could easily bolt it together. Okay, so I've got the output of the burner going into this void space, heating this top plate, so you can cook on it or whatever. The exhaust gases then travel into these chambers along this pipe into a T-piece and away. And if I've got a decent sized flue on it, the suction should be really good. So everything is sealed. Now, this is temporary for tonight, it's just a mock-up. All this is welded. I've yet to weld this, but I don't want to do it until I make the T-piece connection on it. But it's going really well at the moment. I hope to get it kind of a little bit further tonight, but I'm happy enough with what I got done. So left to be done now is just put doors on the burner. Put a separator plate in between down here, if you can see it. Put a separator plate in there to accommodate my my own burner. And this thing should go really well. I don't see why it won't work. So I have to seal off some of this stuff. I need some angle iron in here because I want this top plate loose. I want to be able to just put it in and drop it and have a seal. And what I'll do is I'll put some angle iron in there and put some fiberglass rope on top of that for seal, so I can just lift it in, drop it, done. Also, one of the plans is to use mechanical air feed on this, and I need to change around the inside of it, so I need this to come out. Makes it handy for cleaning as well. So at the moment, this is in sideways, it needs to rotate for a tight fit, and easy enough for me to do that. So a little bit more to do. Next session I get in here, it might be tomorrow evening, will certainly kill it. Okay, so that's it. I've gone as far with it today as I can go. We're getting very close to it now. I have to put a disc separator in the bottom unit with a hole in it. That's very easy to make. That'll take, I get that done tomorrow evening, no problem. Get the doors on it tomorrow evening and get this sealed. I have angle iron here. I'm going to just screw it on. I don't think I'll weld it. And that gives me options then if I want to change the way things are done. I want the top plate so I can take it out. It'll sit on the angle iron, which will then be bolted to the drum, which means I can take it out, put it back in, no issues. And I will leave enough space on it to take some fairly heavy fiberglass rope so that when I put it in, drop it, it's automatically sealed. I need all the suction from this, no leaks, all the suction to come down through this little yellow propane bottle. And if it does that, that gives me enough juice then to drive my waste oil burner. Okay, so that's it for tonight. If you liked the video, please subscribe down here somewhere, that'll be cool. If you've been with me a while, thanks very much, the support is great. And I'll see you all in the next video where I hope to complete this. Bye for now.